So this next technique is called using your relaxed hand. You're going to make a fist of your hand, and then you're going to relax it. And again, it's a guided process in a way that we're going to do. If you think about it, when we're tight and tense, we're tensing all our muscles up, and it uses that ability to tighten the muscle, put all the tension and uncertainty, worry, whatever it might be, the muscle tension going into that hand, and then gradually releasing it finger by finger. And you can tie that in with the breath as well. And what we're going to do in this visualization is imagine that tension, that worry, that whatever it might be, the upset feelings, as being a coloured liquid. And you're going to imagine that flowing into you're going to start with your dominant hand, into your dominant hand, and then as you breathe out and relax each muscle, each finger, you might need to do it a few times, you're going to imagine that liquid just running away. And if you can imagine it seeping out of the building you're in, or through the floors, or whatever it might be, down and out into the ground, being absorbed. Or if you're doing it outside, you can imagine it seeping into the ground easily. But imagine it just draining away somewhere and just disappearing and going away as it drains from your hand, from your fingertips. Okay, so I want you can just close your eyes, and then really imagining all that fear and worry and tension going into that dominant hand, into whichever hand that might be for you, right or left. And really, really, really making that fist of that hand and squeezing it as tight as you can, and then really, really making it tighter and tighter. So, careful, if you've got long nails, you might end up scratching your palm, but really make it as tight as you can, really, really squeezing it tighter and tighter, and imagine that tension becoming into a liquid that represents all the distress and worry and uncomfortable feelings that you've got. And I'm sitting it up here so you can see it, but you might be sitting in a chair and just allowing the fist to and your arm hang down by the side of the chair, and really, really tightening that fist as tight as you can. And imagine that fist absorbing all that liquid that represents the fear, the worry, the upset, whatever it might be for you. And then holding that there really, really, really tight, that you can feel that now in your hand. And then taking a deep breath in, and then releasing that fist really, really slowly. And as you do so, one finger at a time, just letting that finger go, and then the next, and the next, and the next. And as you're doing that, imagining that liquid and that colour that represents all that tightness and tension just draining out of that hand, draining away from those muscles, draining away from that fist, being absorbed and flowing away into the ground, into the earth, gone. And if you feel you need to do it again, then do it again with that dominant hand. And this, again, as you breathing out, just letting that go, letting it drain away. And then you can repeat the process with your non-dominant hand. So do it with each hand. And again, just closing your eyes, focusing on that tightness and tension, putting everything into that non-dominant hand, really focusing on it, being there, tighter there. And then again, as you are imagining that liquid in that hand being absorbed, and then as you release one finger at a time. That's right. It just drains away, taking all tightness, tension, worry, concern, just draining away. And again, you can then open your eyes and just get on with what you've been doing. And you can do that at any time when you might need to do it. And, again, it's one of these things that you might want to practice to get used to doing, but it's a really helpful little technique to use. And it just allows you to let that tightness and tension go from your body, and allowing you to calm down and then perhaps just deal with the situation in a more helpful, calmer manner, which you and others might find more beneficial.